What's up, everyone? It's Tyler here, theAPEcoach. We're back again. This is episode 6 of the Road to Pro Show video log I've been doing. We're getting ready for the Toronto Pro Show coming up June 5th and 6th. Men's Physique. It's going to be a wicked show. Really psyched for it. So, yeah, first off, I just want to update you how things are going with my training, with my body, cardio, that sort of thing. And then second, I just wanted to touch on exercise for beginners. So, you know, I get a lot of questions of people, you know, who aren't doing any exercise and they're wanting to start, but they're wondering, you know, how often should I be working out for, you know, each week? How long should I be working out for each time? You know, what sort of exercises should I be doing? That sort of thing. So I'm going to touch on that after. But first off, in terms of my training, everything's going great. We really haven't made too many major changes with my training. We've switched up a few exercises in terms of the volume and like the weight and progressions we're doing. But for the most part, everything's the same. I've been having really good workouts. You know, we kind of found that my chest, it doesn't, you know, it doesn't have the best endurance in terms of the muscle. I've got a lot of strength up there. But not so much for the endurance, so we're really working on building that up. Hopefully that'll help fill in the chest and bring everything up to, you know, up to the best possible standards. So yeah, we're working on increasing the volume on that. Everything else, like I said, it's pretty much the same. My energy levels are really good. You know, we're starting to dip into the macros a little bit more now. We dropped the fat by 5 grams and we dropped the carbs by 5 grams also on training days, kept the rest days the same. So I mean, nothing major, but you know, we're starting to dip into those just a little bit, just to start, you know, bringing everything in, start dialing down. You know, my weights, again, it's been around 196, 197, so you know, it's at a good range for this far out. And in terms of the cardio, we changed it up just slightly. We bumped the missed cardio up to 225 calories from 200. Still, you know, not very extreme. I did it yesterday. It took, I think, 13 minutes. So, you know, just to give you an idea, it's, you know, probably works out to about 15 minutes on average 3 times a week. So it's really, you know, it's not super exhausting or anything like that. So yeah, everything's going good with training. Still feeling really good. I have noticed I've been getting a few more like random cravings and that sort of thing. And it's really just for like odd things. Like I had a craving the other day for the French onion sun chips, and like I haven't had those in, I don't know, maybe a year, but I don't know. I've been having a couple of weird cravings like that, but it's nothing major. You know, I've had a day or two where, you know, I've run into a point where, okay, I'm hungry, I need to eat something, but it's not, you know, it's not very intense. So everything's going good with that. Energy levels are good. You know, things are starting to tighten up, starting to, you know, get ready for the show. So everything's going good there. I'll show you what the body's looking like, and then we'll go into, you know, beginner exercise. So it's about midday right now. It's, you know, almost 1 o'clock. So I've gotten, you know, about 2 meals in so far. Not a whole lot of food, but yeah, here's what the body's looking like right now. I'll just go through the poses. Yes, that was my shoulder. Alright, so I mean, that's what the body's looking like right now. I think it's, you know, really starting to tighten up a lot better. I'm noticing a lot more vascularity now. That's, you know, one of the things that I'm really starting to notice, especially in my legs, the upper thighs, inner thigh area, and on the calves as well. I'm getting a lot more vascular, and then even in the arms, especially when training arms. I just did them yesterday, so getting a lot more vascular, so things are definitely starting to tighten up. Now, let's move into beginner exercise. So, you know, for someone that's not exercising at all, if you're just looking to get started, you know, whether you're looking to build muscle or burn fat, you know, you really don't have to go all out, extreme, full intensity right off the bat and, you know, be killing yourself 5 or 6 days a week trying to, you know, get results as soon as possible. It just doesn't work that way, okay? Like, there's no shortcuts, there's no, you know, secret magic workout routine that's going to get you shredded from being completely overweight and obese to, you know, model, you know, magazine cover in 30 days or whatever, you know, these lose 30 pounds in 30-day bullshit. It's, you know, it doesn't work. So what I recommend is, if you're just looking to get started, you know, start off with 3 days a week for about 45 minutes at a time. You know, that's really all you need to get started. You don't have to go in there killing yourself for 2 hours, 7 days a week. It's, you know, that's just stupid. If you're starting out from nothing, start out gradually. Do something that you can manage and you can maintain and slowly build up from there. And now, in terms of, you know, the focus of your workouts, focus mainly on the compound exercises. So the bigger exercises that work multiple muscle groups all at the same time. That's how you're going to get the most benefit as a beginning, you know, a beginning exerciser. So things like the deadlift, the squat, the bench press, some overhead presses for the shoulders, and, you know, rows for the back. All really, really good exercises that you should definitely have in your workout routine. And for beginners, I know a lot of people say, you know, if you're a beginner, start out on the machines, you know, because that's easier, it's safer, you're less likely to injure yourself. And yes, that's true, you are less likely to injure yourself, but you're also kind of limiting yourself in the amount of muscle activation you're getting. If you're using a machine, it's set in one particular motion. Okay, so you have one angle and only one, you know, one direction that the exercise can move in. So you're only working a very small, like, isolated section of your body, you know, just specific muscles in one isolated movement, and you don't really recruit any of the stabilizing muscles that you get using free weights. So I'm all for free weights. I started out, you know, exactly like I'm recommending to you. Training, you know, 3 days a week for about 45 minutes. And, you know, I did that for like the first year or two, and I got amazing results with that. Like, I put on a ton of muscle, and, you know, I didn't put on a lot of body fat or anything like that. And, you know, it worked really well. I focused just on free weights, you know, on the compound exercises. And, you know, I did everything in my brother's basement. I just did, you know, your barbell and dumbbell exercises, and it works. So if you're just looking to get started, again, you know, go for 3 days a week for about 45 minutes and stick to free weights. And another thing, if you're looking to, you know, all these people think there's a specific type of exercise for, you know, building muscle or for burning fat and getting shredded. People think you have to do really high, you know, high weight and low reps and like just go for power when you're trying to build muscle. And they think if you do, you know, lightweight and do 1,000 reps that you're gonna magically get shredded. And it doesn't work that way. It's, if you want to get shredded and you want to really tighten up and get lean, you want to burn fat, even if you're not looking to build muscle, you have to do weight training. Do weight training. If you're looking to build muscle, do weight training. If you're looking to burn fat, do weight training. Screw all this stupid, you know, hour, 2 hour running on the treadmill, getting nowhere. Weight training is going to be the absolute best thing for you when you're getting started out exercising, even if you're looking to burn fat. It's going to increase your resting metabolism when you're not at the gym. You know, you always hear how muscles, you know, not built in the gym. It's built when you're resting, when you're recovering. It's the same thing with fat loss. You're not actually burning all the fat in your body while you're at the gym, you know, stepping on the treadmill for an hour, watching, you know, Family Guy on the TV. It's something that happens, you know, in the recovery time, in the time that you're not at the gym. So if you do weight training, that's going to increase your lean body mass, your lean muscle mass, and that's going to increase your metabolism. So that means you're burning more fat, you're burning more calories when you're not at the gym, when you're resting. So again, looking to build muscle, start weight training 3 times a week, 45 minutes. Focus on the compound exercises, free weights for, you know, I would say 80%. If you want to throw in some machines just for, you know, the hell of it, go for it. But yeah, focus on that. Whether you're looking to build muscle or burn fat, do free weights or do weight training, at least resistant training. Don't try and get everything from cardio. It just doesn't work. When it really comes down to it, it's probably about 75% your nutrition, you know, maybe 20% or so your weight training, and then that, you know, that extra like 5% comes from the cardio. It's not the cardio doing it for you. So focus on weight training. You know, if you're not doing any exercise, just go and start. Just do something. Anything's better than nothing. And, you know, anyone can work in, you know, 3 times a week for 45 minutes. That's what, 2 hours out of your entire week? That's nothing at all. So, you know, no excuses. Get started and let me know how it goes. If you have any other questions about, you know, working out or, you know, starting for a beginner or even for, you know, intermediate or more advanced training, leave some comments below. Hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up if you like this, and I'll get back to you. Or, you know, I'll post another video and I'll address your questions. That's everything for now. Hope you guys liked this video and hope you got something from it. Take care. Peace.